Hey everyone, welcome to January. This is for Scorpio. I hope you guys are enjoying the beginning of your year so far. For those of you who are keeping up with, I guess, the more Eastern astrology and the numerology of the years and the months, January is a month number 2. We are still in the last bits of pretty much this transition period between the year of the snake, year number 9, into the year of the horse, year number 1, or some people may see it as year number 10. So that being said, some of you Scorpio may be feeling like you're coming out of, I like to liken it to a coma in a way, energetically coming out of like a really bad, almost like experiencing a crash of some kind, and then kind of being put under anesthesia to heal, and then waking up from that. January may feel like that for some of you, okay? So yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting energetically since January started. We are in Aquarius season as I'm giving you guys this reading, so I hope that, Aquarius season is also a blessed time for you guys, as was Capricorn season. Hopefully it was a blessed time for you guys as well. The year of the horse is not here yet until, I believe, mid-February, so for those of you who celebrate the Lunar New Year, we're not there yet. We're almost there. Or for those of you who, are interested and, look into the Lunar New Year and understanding it, we're not really in it yet. We're not in the year of the horse yet, but the year, the horse spirit is on its way. We are approaching its realm. Okay, but we're still saying goodbye to the year of the snake. And yes, for some of you, the year of the snake could have been last year, could have been a really, really rough time energetically, maybe with your health, maybe with finances, maybe with relationships of all kinds or of different kinds. But either way, if you're watching this, you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still alive. We still have to look behind us sometimes, or sometimes do a review of hard times, even times that made us angry, and thank your ancestors or thank the gods or the creator, whoever it is that you believe in. We need to thank those spirits and those entities that taught us how to be better versions of ourselves, how to level up within our own energy on this planet. So that's what I'm praying for you, for you guys. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into it, you guys. I want to make sure you guys can see me okay. Okay, that's better. Sorry. I just feel like my camera was a little bit dark. I want to make sure that you guys can see the cards properly because I'm using my phone to record. I'm still working on getting myself a nice little camera. One day it'll happen. But anyway, let's jump into it, Scorpio. This is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're adding Venus to the picture. Okay. We are adding Venus to the picture. Those are your relationships. Those are your desires, okay? And how you go about communicating in your relationships. What is your love language? And how do you navigate life when it comes to the things that you want and whatnot? And how do you navigate your life when it comes to not getting the things that you want? So that's your Venus sector, okay? But please check your sun, your moon, and rising signs as well for deeper resonance, okay? I'm reading for both sidereal and Western astrological charts, so please bear that in mind. For January 2026, ancestors of light, messengers of light, what messages are in the cosmos? What has been written? What can Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs write for themselves? For the month of January, what messages of advice and guidance and encouragement do we have for them? January 2026 for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, you have crystals, amplification. It's interesting, as I'm giving you this reading, the birds have been going crazy outside, and I love the song, like bird songs. I love when birds talk to each other. And it's, in a way, birds, when it comes to amplification, a bird's voice is very much amplified compared to the human voice. Like, they're the decibels that their voice, you know, is able to reach to get a message across to their flock, or to a member of their flock, is absolutely amazing. So you having amplification with this card, Scorpio, it really speaks volumes to your energy in the month of January, and how the vibration of your soul is being amplified in January. I can't remember who also got this card. I can't really remember, but someone else also got this card, another zodiac sign for January. What I'm getting for you, Scorpio, though, is like, be very, very careful, because your energy is very powerful. Okay, wherever Scorpio is in your chart, Scorpio is very, very powerful, very potent, very intense. But also, the intensity also can come from how mysterious you guys are. I'm just getting that. Be careful of the energy that you're working with here within yourselves, because that is being amplified in January. Okay, the volume is being turned up. So if you're working from lower vibrational energy at any given time, that's being amplified, and you can end up attracting things that you did not sign up for. Okay, but if you're working, you know, with vibrations and energies and frequencies, and you're reacting to things in less of in not so much in an intense way, like you're just calm, cool, and collected. I'm also getting that too. You just really need to just chill. That is also going to be amplified, and you will end up attracting peace. You will end up attracting abundance and prosperity here. Because when I see this card of crystals, you know, I see this as attracting. I see this as attraction. I don't see this as crystals. You'll never see a crystal picking itself up and walking towards anybody or anything. If you ever see that, that's weird. that's just, something's wrong. Precious gems that we wear, or that we have laying around, you know, sitting around our homes, for those of you who collect crystals, or, you know, buy gems or buy precious stones to wear, or adorn yourselves with, or you're buying for other people. Just understand that, understand the energy of what crystals and what gems are. They are grown underground over a long period of time, right? The older, the more intense, the more amplification. So in January, be careful of the energies that you're working under, and be careful of the energies that you're allowing to affect you. Be careful of trying to fix anyone or anything. The bottom of the deck, you have four-legged endurance. So you guys have been through a lot, and you have endured a lot. You are very strong. However, and you're going to be rewarded. I'm seeing rewards for you guys in January, okay, before the month is out. If not before the month is out, you're creating the energy. You're getting your trophy soon, either in February or March. I would say February at the latest. But this is not a weak individual. Like, you guys are not weak individuals, okay? It doesn't matter what vibration you're working under, low vibrational, high vibrational. You're very, very strong people. You're not weak-minded, but there may still be some healing that needs to take place here for some of you. But be careful with this energy, though, because you may have some people surrounding you, especially when I see this crystal energy. You may have some people who really want to take from you. They want to drain you, or they want your energy so bad. For some of you, it's a very, very intense energy where someone really wants your energy, Scorpio. They may mean well, but they may be very young in their spirit, or they're very immature, and they don't understand that the energy that you hold within yourself is actually something that you obtained through a lot of suffering. Like, someone is not, really taking your energy for granted. They just think that it's something that you can just pick up off the ground, and it's just like, oh, this is mine now. It's the same thing with these crystals and amplification. Like, these crystals have been growing underground, or wherever they've been growing, within the earth for some hundred thousands, millions of years. And then a human being comes along and is chiseling away, and it's like, oh my God, a pretty crystal. I want that. Why? Because crystals, whether you're using them for spiritual purposes or not, or just to adorn yourself or make clothes out of it, you cannot deny the energy of that crystal. It still attracts the eye. It attracts energy, good and bad. Okay? You have people who are willing to go out of their way to steal this energy, okay? Without really understanding what that stone, the energies that it took for this crystal to exist, right? It took a lot of energy under the earth for this crystal to exist. Therefore, this crystal that we're talking about here, this energy that's inside of you, Scorpio, is very durable. It can endure a lot of wear and tear. But there are people who think that because you're strong, Scorpio, specifically in the month of January, you're starting to realize that, or maybe this is advice, you need to realize that there are people who don't understand what you've been through, and they take that shit, excuse my language, for granted. And you may need to distance yourself if that's advice you need, or maybe you need to tell somebody to back off and understand, like, you know, that they don't know you like they think, and that they don't have access to you just because they think that you're pretty, or they think that you have good energy, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. No, not in January. I don't care if it's a significant other. I don't care if it's a family member, a friend, a coworker. It doesn't matter. Somebody needs to understand how much you've been through. Yes, you're strong, but they should not put more and more on your shoulders just because you're strong. There's a level of respect for some of you that needs to be applied here from someone in your life. Okay, so someone is not really understanding the pain that you've gone through. They just want to be around you without really understanding the beauty that you possess comes from some pain. Let's go ahead and see what's going on with your money, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on with your money in January 2026. Ancestors of light, messengers of light, for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for their money sector in January 2026. Interesting. Everybody's kind of been getting this card lately. That's very interesting. Strength. When it comes to money, it says everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. So when it comes to your money, Scorpio, you guys have really been going through it with money. For some of you, okay? When it comes to just your money sector in general, maybe you just always had jobs that you hated, or you always had coworkers that just gave you a hard time, wanted to compete with you in the workplace. You may have had bosses that tried to fire you, or tried to put, you know, maybe our narcissistic bosses or managers or supervisors. You may have really fallen on hard times at least once in your life, depending on how old you are, okay? But age doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like if you're an adult, at least one time you have been through it with money and with your career, okay? Then you have animals. It's interesting. You have an animal again at the bottom of the deck. So you have animals here. It says four-legged, but it's interesting how you have animals here and animals here. So some of you guys, maybe you guys are really into animals. You love animals very much. This is something that you can definitely do as a career. Others of you, you're thinking about spending money to adopt an animal, or you already have, and this animal makes a huge difference in your life, and it was like money well spent. Others of you, maybe you need to spend money investing into better products and feeding products, cleaning products for their fur. If you guys have animals, just kind of invest in your animals, if you have pets, okay, or little fur family members, okay. Others of you, when it comes to money, your money, there may be like an energy of money or some type of spirit that is attached to your money that may show itself to you in a dream or in a vision or in some type of meditation. You may need to really connect with that animal and understand their strengths, their weaknesses, their capabilities, and apply that to how you make money and where you need to improve how you invest your money. Okay. When it comes to, when it comes to your money and it comes to like, there's just certain investments here that is some type of animal can help you, a spirit animal. But others of you, you need to invest in maybe getting a pet of some kind. Maybe you already have, and if you already have pets, you need to make sure that you are giving them the love and attention, the right types of food. Make sure you have, maybe you need to save money or put away an emergency fund for your animals to go get a surgery if it's ever needed in the future. You could have, others of you may have had an animal that passed away, okay? And maybe in some ways they show up in your life here and there, and they can help you along your journey towards your life goals, okay? So I'm not saying that your animals have to be directly connected to your money, but it has something to do with how you present yourself to the world, how you are healing yourself so that you can present yourself and put your best foot forward in the best possible way to attract what you want or to build whatever you want in your life on a financial level. Does that make sense? But yeah, I do see in a more literal sense, possibly you getting into animal care. The veterinarian field, animal rescue, okay, working at an animal shelter or volunteering at an animal shelter, things like that. All right, we're going to pull 2 more oracle messages for you guys for the month of January, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Once again, if you or a Scorpio Venus, just understand that these messages for your Venus sign is really going to pertain to your relationships. So with the money sector, that's relationships. So take the advice that I said with your Venus sign and apply it to your relationships, okay? Or your relationship with your pets, or how you need to present yourself and utilize that energy at work, okay? Just know that if you're listening for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, I would say my recommendation, don't just listen to the reading, just in general for your Venus sign, okay? Because your Venus sign has a lot to do with your desires, your wants, and your relationships, not just romantically. All relationships, business, family, friendships, and romance, okay? And it's the same thing with your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You know, if you know what your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus mean in general, then you know these messages will apply to those parts of your life, okay? So I just wanted to throw that out there, Scorpio. So let's see, 2 more oracle messages, and then we're going to jump into the tarot for January 2026, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, ancestors. Let's see. Your dreams need a practical plan, yes. Full moon in Taurus, that's your sister sign or your brother sign. That's your opposite sign. Please don't be stubborn, Scorpio. If you are being shown that you are going about your goals in the wrong direction, or you're missing an important detail. And maybe you're getting some criticism or being critiqued in some way about how, or maybe you're just being given advice on how to go after what you want practically, whether it's a relationship, marriage, having kids, moving, buying a car, whatever, opening a business, setting a financial goal. When I see Taurus here, I see one of the most stubborn signs of the zodiac, okay? That could be good, that could be bad. It depends on the situation, okay, at hand. And it being your opposite sign, you do also have some stubbornness too. You know, you both are fixed signs. So Scorpio, just make sure that if you are being given any type of advice from anybody, or maybe you just need to be open, maybe you just need to be open to, hey, maybe I'm just kind of doing this a little wrong, or I'm missing some details here when it comes to having a budget, setting up a budget, when it comes to opening a business, when it comes to implementing some changes and some, you know, just some things that need to be fixed so that your business can run smooth, a little bit more smooth than it's been going. Okay. Be open to advice. Be open to advice. Bottom of the deck, we have another fixed sign, a fixed moon, which is confidence is your key to success. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So this is energy of, you know, just again, just to really attract abundance and prosperity, there is the need to be open. If you're sitting here, Scorpio, and you're, you know, and let's say that there's someone giving some type of advice, whether it's on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, or someone is directly in front of you giving you some type of advice or suggestion, giving some type of suggestion or recommendation, and there's a part of you that's like, I don't want to do that. That's not for me. Or yeah, that sounds nice, but like, I'm not really going to do that. That is very indicative of you not being open. You have to be open. You have to be open to other possibilities. You have to be open to being wrong. You have to be open to, you know, the fact of maybe, you know, I'm not saving enough money, I'm spending too much money. Or maybe you need to be open to the fact of like, you're not eating properly. Or that you have a bad diet or whatever. That you need to go to the doctor, that you need to take your vitamins. There's a lot of things under the umbrella of practicality here that I can name, but you have to be open to new possibilities, and you have to be confident that no matter what, as long as you're open to new possibilities, to suggestions, like, you know, you have to be open, Scorpio, to change. Like if you're stuck and you're like, oh, I don't want to change this, I don't, you know, this is just comfortable for me, that means you don't really have confidence in yourself that you can thrive anywhere, that your business can thrive anywhere, that your health can thrive anywhere, that you can live somewhere else, you know what I mean? Or maybe where you live is not so bad, I don't know. Maybe your relationships that you're in are not so bad like you think it is, but if they are, you know, you also have to have the confidence that you can find better relationships elsewhere. Am I making sense? If I'm not, it's totally fine. But that's just, you know, that's what I'm getting as far as like you being more practical. And maybe this is just literal, where you just need to get your head out of the clouds, and stop doing what feels good and do the things that need to be done. In order to get what you want, you have to do what is needed first. Okay? Like you can want to have muscles or a flat belly, or you could want to get pregnant and have kids, but like what is needed before that, all of that can happen. You know, you can want to get married or want to have a different career or a thriving career, but like you have to apply what is needed first, right? Be confident that change is going to bless you and not take from you. Star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. So you have some entities that are connected to not necessarily your bloodline, but the beings that created your soul, the beings that were there to bring your soul into existence, however long ago that was, for those of you who believe in that type of thing. Bottom of the deck, you have the Hermit, retreat and recharge. So in January, this may have been a time for you, Scorpio, where you really do need to make sure that you are spending some alone time thinking about the things that you want to grow in your life, that you want to improve. Okay, but with this star ancestor here, your soul, you have an inner compass, you have an internal map. Follow that. You need to understand what your internal map is showing you. Some of you guys may have had dreams and visions of where you are on that map and whether it made sense to you or not. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the tarot. This is really, January is a lot about you going inside of yourself, going into your inner realm, into your soul, and finding your answers there. Okay? This is about thriving and amplifying yourself from the inside. The amplification happens inside of you, not on the outside. Happens deep inside of you, and whatever you are vibrating, whatever energies you're vibrating from inside, those are the frequencies that are being put out there, and the message that's being put out. So be careful of that. Be careful of what's going. If you're not healing, if you're not healed inside, then there's going to be a different signal that's put out there. So if you want your life to grant you, or if you want to attract things that you have signed up for, things that are better than what you anticipated, if that's what you want, fix the inside. But if you notice that you're attracting things that you didn't sign up for, and it's just not something that you want, it's like, this is not ideal. You know, it's like it's close but no cigar. You know, that means that there's something else that you need to face within yourself in January. Okay? Spend time alone. Be open to change. Be open to being wrong. Be open to new possibilities and new suggestions, new recommendations. Be open to criticism. Know that you are strong, but don't allow yourself to be used because of your strength. Do not let people take from you. And, you know, like, if you're opening yourself up to, if you're giving your power away, you guys, don't get mad at the people who are taking it. Don't be angry. Just pull your energy back and take it back and be like, I'm not doing that anymore. And move on. Okay? Pull your energy back. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. We're going to pull 3 tarot cards, you guys. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, ancestors. You have the 3 of Wands. I love to see that. That's abundance. The Ace of Wands. That's more abundance. Knight of Cups. Yeah. Love seeing that. Open heart. When I see the Knight of Cups, that's just open heart. This is someone who is open to greater possibilities, really opening themselves to attract what they want. As they move on their journey, they know that there are people that they're going to come across who are going to want to join them on their journey. The Knight of Cups here. Okay. This could be a beautiful relationship with someone. It could be a marriage, a potential marriage. Okay. This could be just beautiful friendships. This can be just you romanticizing your life, going on trips that you never thought you would be able to go on. Okay. But there are some new opportunities here. And once again, you have to be open. You have to be open to what comes out of those opportunities, what is being granted to you, right? Like, if someone is offering you a new job opportunity and you're like, well, I really can't leave, you know, I can't, you know, whatever. You're going to block your own blessings, Scorpio, if you do that. You know, if someone's offering you something and you look behind you and you're like, oh, I can't really leave that there. Like, I have to attend to this. I have to attend to that. You know, it's like, oh, I can't really afford to do that for whatever reason. Well, that's your choice. Now we have the Two of Cups as well. So this is definitely choices. This is partnerships. This is, you know, having two things come together that are near and dear to your heart. These are just going to be two people that are near and dear to your heart, okay, that you really, really love. This can be, again, you and another person, you know, and you love this person very, very much. And they're offering something to you. Now, this can be, again, a family member, a friend. This can be a business partner where you guys end up like creating something that is very beautiful, a project or a business that really gives back to humanity or gives back to the community. This can be a lot of things, but this can also be a romantic partnership that actually grows and thrives, okay? This can also just be a brand new partnership. So once again, Scorpio, if there is a new partnership that you are attracting because of your healing, or because your soul is crying out, I want something better, even if you don't say it out loud, this person is about to show up and you have to decide if you're going to take it or not, because you may be in a relationship now for some of you. You may be in a relationship now and you may look at your relationship and be like, oh, I can't really leave this person or blah, blah, blah. But if you're not happy, maybe you need to have a conversation with somebody. But there are those of you, you may feel stuck and you may not be open to this new person because you're like scared about, you know, like maybe how you're going to be seen because if you go after this person, you know, maybe you have a very strong bond or trauma bond or something with somebody and you're scared to leave them behind for someone else. I don't know. Let's clarify the Three of Wands. For January 2026 for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. The Three of Wands. Let's see. Okay, you have the Fool, Six of Cups, and the Tower. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, this is a journey that is going to take you into a realm where you kind of need to be alone, or you choose, this is a realm where you're going to choose to be single. I get the sense that there is something that is going to happen or something that's already happened that has changed your perspective on something, and you've decided, you know what, I need to go after this on my own, or I need to be in this for myself. This could have happened in the past. This could be happening now, where you realize you need to be in this for yourself first before you can bring anyone else along this journey with you. Others of you, you guys have been really taking care of yourselves and enjoying your me time, spending more quiet time alone. Some of you guys actually have your own business, okay? So, or your own company, big or small, okay? Whether you're doing it all on your own or other people are working for you. But I do sense that you did take a leap of faith here. This is something that you've kind of always wanted to do for some of you, like you've wanted to do this for a very long time. And it, you know, it just kind of happened, you know, and that's very beautiful. But I do get the sense that there may be someone from your past who will show up to help you on this journey here. Or you're healing from something that's happened in your past. But I get the sense that you're taking a leap of faith towards something that reminds you of the past. Something that you wanted to do in the past but just didn't get a chance to, and now with the Tower card here, you're realizing something here, and something's just going to click and you're going to move forward with it, or you need to, if that's advice. It's time to move on. It's time to move forward. It's time to really go after what you want, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify the Ace of Wands here. Got the Six of Cups again, the Tower, the same cards. That is so strange. What were these cards that wanted to fall out? Justice and the Five of Swords. Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, this definitely is a brand new pattern or cycle within a relationship here. This could be someone that you're with now, Scorpio. This is someone that, this is someone you really dreamed about. Like you really, maybe when you met this person, it was really kind of taking a risk or taking a leap of faith here. This is someone that you've known in a past life, or, you know, this is a karmic partner, this is just someone that you've known for a very, very long time. You could have known them since you were a kid. But others of you, or maybe you've known them since you were in your 20s, you know, if you're in your 30s or 40s now, or you've known them since you were a teenager, and you're an adult now. Like this is somebody that, you know, kind of showed up in your life unexpectedly. Now, others of you, this is happening now. This person has shown up in your life unexpectedly. But others, I'm also seeing that there is some type of purge that is happening in your life in regards to this person that you've known for a long time. Okay, and you took a leap of faith, or you just kind of took a step, kind of a risk, and, you know, decided to step towards them. This can also, once again, be a job or a career path that you really, really love. Okay, something that you've wanted to do for a very long time, and is showing back up in your life again. So it depends. It could be a person, place, or thing. But I'm also getting that in order for this, because the Justice card showed up too, this could be a court case, this could be a divorce of some kind, or this can surround marriage. But I'm just getting that there is some type of decision. There's just something that disappointed you. And you kind of, you know, you're thinking like, did I make the right choice with this person? Or did I make the right choice in this situation or with this job? You could be really old, like thinking things over and reevaluating some things. So this is something that's going on inside of you. Like you're not sure. You're just like, I don't know. Like I feel like I made a mistake with this person, or I made a mistake in this situation. So, or this is the other person thinking that. But I'm not really here to talk about what other people are thinking. I'm talking about you. So I'm just getting that despite your doubts and your fears, this past situation is going to teach you a lot. Or this whole situation with somebody that you've been with for a long time, or this past person coming back into play, or this past situation coming back into play with a job or something. I sense that it's going to be a blessing with the Ace of Wands coming out. You don't have anything to worry about with it. I just think that you might be overthinking it, or maybe this situation has hurt you before and you're not really sure if it's going to hurt you again. And this is probably exactly why you need to spend more time taking care of yourself instead of trying to fix the narrative here, of what's going on with other people involved. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the last card here. Last but not least, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, ancestors for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, you have the Hanged Man, you have the Tower again, and you have the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, so I don't sense that you're necessarily, some of you guys, this Tower moment is not really giving me details, but you're walking away from somebody. Like, I don't want to say that either. It could be. There are those of you who are walking, you're going to make the decision to walk away from someone. Others of you, if this is a marriage, you guys may plan to get a divorce, and you're like, maybe you got a divorce, or you're thinking about it and you're like, is that the right thing? Don't waste your time thinking about whether it's the right thing. You have to make a conscious decision. You need to make a confident decision here about this person, okay? Especially if they did something to betray you, okay? Or if you're just completely unhappy. Others of you, there is a new person being brought to you, and you're still kind of like holding on to the past and what's hurt you, and you don't really see things getting better because things have been so heavy on you over on this end. But on this end, there is a new opportunity in a relationship or with a business or with a job. Okay. And so there is the need to leave something behind, but you have to change your perspective completely. And that's where, you know, you need to really look at the facts of what's really going on. You really need to look out for yourself here, Scorpio. Okay. But again, if this is not about a divorce and you're not really leaving someone behind, you just need to kind of pull your energy away, because I see the Eight of Cups as emotions. So I think that you kind of need to pull your emotions away from someone, because they're playing with your heart. They're playing with your emotions, right? They're playing you for a fool. Okay. So just be aware of that. Okay. Be careful with this person. Be careful with this situation. If it's a breakup, so be it. Move on. You're doing the right thing. Okay. Don't question it. Follow your inner knowing. Whatever decisions that you make sure it's coming from your inner knowing. Your soul's telling you what to do. But others of you, if this is not a breakup, at least as of yet, this is just you pulling your emotions away from someone for some reason. You have your reasons. So unless that person straightens up, you're not going to have a heart filled of their energy anymore. You're not going to have a space for them anymore after a while. Okay. And if you're a cross watcher and you're wondering what a Scorpio feels for you right now, if you've hurt them, it might be too late for you. I don't know. You just got to straighten up. Okay. But for you, Scorpio, do what's best for you. It doesn't matter if you're married, with kids, without kids, not married, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. Follow your inner knowing in the month of January. Okay. Because something has already happened that has blown up in your face, and you're like, ah, now I see what's really going on here. I can't trust this person or whatever. Right. All right, guys, much love and light to all of you. I wish you guys the very best of luck on this journey. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading. Bye, guys.